Hi guys, thank you for watching and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a bomb and glam set of nails for you guys. It is inspired by fall. Of course, it is that time of the year already. And I wanted to incorporate different techniques so you guys could get some inspiration and also you could pick up a lot of new tips and tricks. And also, I wanted to incorporate some army green in it because I feel it is such a beautiful fall color and I always end up using either plum, burgundy, something along those lines. So I wanted to do something a little different this time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn, please keep on watching. In my previous video, I explained to you guys how to apply nail forms, so I did this off camera, and I also applied the backup nail forms that I have. These are not the usual ones that I use. As you guys know, I love to use the Easy Flow, but I ran out, so just for the video purposes, I ended up using these. Anyway, I am going to apply a glitter, and I am going to be applying the same glitter on the pinky and the thumbnail, and I am going to be using a glitter mix that I created myself for fall, and it is called Falling For You. This color is super beautiful. It incorporates a lot of fall colors in it. It just looks a little bit dull right now because it is already pre-mixed with crystal clear acrylic, but during the application you're going to see how beautiful and magical it is. To do the full set today, I am going to be using my number 14 brush as usual. This is a German Kolinsky, and as you guys know, this is the one that I use pretty much in all my videos. So what I'm going to do is I am going to prep my brush and I am just going to remove the air bubbles. I have done this a million times in my other videos, so I am not going to go in a lot of detail about this. If you guys are interested in learning how to do this process, just go ahead and watch my other videos where I mentioned this. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a little bit of monomer, remove the excess on the side. I am going to grab a small bead of acrylic, remove the excess on the paper towel, and then I am going to apply right in the middle. Let it sit, and then I'm going to start molding it after like 1 or 2 seconds. I am not letting it sit there for too long, as it could dry out the bead and then it's going to be impossible to work with this bead of acrylic. I am going to grab a little bit more of monomer just so I can move the pieces of glitter to the corners where I need them. I already applied a layer of cover pink acrylic on top of my natural nail to protect them, especially because I'm going to be using army green, and army green tends to stain the nail. So green and yellow are the only two colors that I've had problems with in the past with staining the natural nail bed. I am going to do them in coffin today, so I am going to try and shape them as much as I can when I am applying the acrylic, so I avoid filing later on. I'm going to grab a smaller bead and I'm going to place it on the tip. I want to make these nails a little bit longer, so that's why I am doing this process right now. I am using the belly of my brush to pat the product down. That way all the pieces of glitter that are in it stay in the acrylic, and it is easier for me to maneuver the product. So with the belly of my brush, I am pushing the product in, and also I am trying to make it straight. And with the tip, I am just removing the excess. Now, I am pretty satisfied with that, so I am going to repeat the exact same process to the thumbnail. Now that I have completed the application of glitter, I am going to move on to apply the army green. I do suggest that you use a thin layer of crystal clear acrylic or a cover pink to protect your nail, because like I said previously, it tends to stain your natural nail, so you want to avoid that. For the army green, I am going to be using the color Aris by Harmony, and this is from their Olympus collection. And again, I am going to apply thin layers because I am going to be encapsulating this whole set of nails. So again, I am going to grab a little bit of monomer, grab a little bit of the Aris color, and apply in the middle of the nail, remove the excess, and now I am going to start pushing back towards the cuticle area. This color is pretty fast drying, so I like to work with it pretty fast. And I always find myself going back to my monomer to work with this color as well. Not only with this color, but anything from Harmony has a pretty good consistency, but a very fast drying, it is a very fast drying product. So I suggest that if you need to, you go back to your monomer so your product is not applied super thick. And I just want to get that corner there. Use the belly of my brush to press it down, and I'm going to grab another bead and I'm going to place it right there and start molding it. I'm going to use this bead also to give the nail length. Remove the excess from my brush, that way it's easier for me to work. And you guys should always remove the excess from your brush. It doesn't matter if it's overlapping like that, because when you encapsulate, that's not even going to show. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Besides, for this part of the cuticle area, I am going to add a smaller bead and cover that empty gap. And same thing on this corner. With the tip of my brush, I'm going to go in there and remove the excess from the cuticle area. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. And now, I can't wait to remove these nail forms, so I'm going to check if the pink is ready, and it is. So I'm going to remove that form, and if the thumb is ready, which it is, and if it makes that tapping noise, that clicking noise, that means it's ready, but the tip of the thumb is not. So I'm going to leave it there for about 1 or 2 more minutes. In the meantime, I am going to be repeating the same process to the index. Now that I finished applying the army green on the index fingernail as well, I am going to move on to the middle fingernail, and I am going to apply white. I know it is so weird right now, but this one is going to be chrome, and I am going to be using a rose gold chrome, and at the end you guys will understand why I did this with white. For the white acrylic, I am going to be using Absolute Perfect White by OPI. So again, grab a bead, same exact process. And now push it towards the cuticle area. So I'm just getting to the corners. And don't forget about your cuticle area. I'm going to apply a smaller bead of white just so I can cover that sheer part in the middle. And I'm going to fade it towards the tip area and also towards the cuticle area. And that looks pretty good to me. Now that I've finished applying the colored acrylic, I'm going to move on to applying crystal clear acrylic to encapsulate these nails and give them a nice apex. I have shown you guys in previous videos how to do that part of the process, so I am going to do it off camera and then I'll come back for the rest. Now that I have finished encapsulating this whole set of nails, I am going to be filing to remove the excess using a hand file of 180 grits on the 100 on one side and 80 grit on the other. And I am also going to be using an electric file, and to be specific, I am going to be using a JC Master electric file. This is a file that I get a lot of questions about, so if you guys would like me to make a detailed video talking about it and giving you guys all the details and specifics, let me know on the comments down below. And to remove the excess, I am also going to be using a coarse carbide bit on my electric file. I'm going to fast forward through this process since I've done it a million times on camera. If you guys would like to see a detailed video on how to file these types of nails, I do have a video talking specifically on coffin nails and how to file them. I'm going to leave the link for you guys somewhere up here or up here, I don't know yet. And then you guys can click on that if you're interested. Now I have finished filing all these nails and I'm going to move on to applying some bling. I'm also going to apply chrome and I'm also going to create a 3D flower. So the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to create a 3D flower, and I think I'm going to leave the two army green nails matte. I don't know yet, so I guess we'll figure that out at the end. And for the 3D art, I am going to use a 3D brush. I can't remember what brand this is. I've had it for a while. So I'll try my best to find something similar. And again, all the products that I've been using throughout this whole video are going to be listed on the description box down below. And for the flower, I am going to use the same white that I used for the middle fingernail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my brush as if I were applying just a regular bead of acrylic, and then I am going to remove the excess. I am going to grab a small bead, remove the excess on the paper towel, and I'm going to apply it right here. I am going to let it sit for a few seconds, and I am going to bring my brush into a point, just going in like this. And now I am going to start pressing down the middle. I'm going to be pressing down gently to create a petal. You want to wait until it's semi-dry, because if you do it when the bead is too wet, it's going to bounce back and it's not going to give you the definition that you want. Now I am going to repeat the same process. I am going to do 2 more petals, and this bead is just going to be slightly smaller so it fits the corner. And I am going to repeat the exact same process. So again, gently press down and get the sides to create that beautiful petal. There, and then I am going to grab an even smaller bead. That was a little bit too big, so let me grab another bead, just slightly smaller. That's perfect. And I am going to apply it on this corner. So again, bring the brush to a point, let it sit for a few seconds, and then gently start pressing down and pulling to create the petal. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me, and now I am going to move on to applying the chrome on the middle fingernail, and lastly, I'll do the stones. To apply the chrome, I am going to be using SWAROVSKI Non-White Top Coat, and I am going to cure this product under an LED lamp for 30 seconds, and then I am going to apply the chrome, and then reapply the top coat once the chrome has been applied. So I am going to give it a good shake, and then I am going to open it, use this as support one more time, and apply a thin layer from cuticle to free edge. Okay, so now I'm going to cure this under the LED lamp for 30 seconds. And now for the chrome pigment, I am going to be using Born Pretty Rose Gold Pigment. So I'm going to use a makeup applicator, and I am just going to grab a little bit of product and rub it on the nail. So as you can tell, the white makes it stand out. That's why I like to use the white instead of any other color in the background. So that looks pretty good, and now I am going to use a brush with soft bristles to remove the excess from the skin. Now that this product has been applied, I am going to use my finger to blend it even better. The warmth of my finger makes it blend better and look a lot more mirror-like. And now I am going to use the same top coat to finish it off. Okay, now I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds under the same LED lamp. Now for the two glitter nails, I am also going to apply a layer of the same top coat that I used. After applying the gel top coat, I am going to be bedazzling these nails, and I am going to use a wax pen to pick up my Swarovski crystals, and I am also going to be using gold caviar beads. So what I like to do is I like to rub it on the table to warm the tip up a little bit. That way it can pick up the stones a lot better. So probably, I know I definitely want to use gold, rose gold. So maybe, let's try this one. Let me warm up the tip of the wax pencil a little bit more. And yes, that looks beautiful. I don't know if I should use an orange one. Maybe I should, because this looks a little bit more orangey. I am going to use SS4 Swarovski crystals. These are going to add a lot of detail and bling to the nails. And I am going to use them super tiny so I can cover the corners. And I think that looks beautiful. And I also want to apply some of these gold caviar beads. So I'm just randomly applying where I think it would look best. I also want to incorporate some orange stones. Perhaps I could do it. Oh, this is really pretty. Let me just try one of these as well. Oops. And I just want to finish this nail using caviar beads. I don't want to add too much so I don't cover the flower. Okay, so now I also want to add some stones on the tip of the nail right here. And I definitely want to add some orange ones. I think it goes really well with the theme of the fall. And oh, that looks gorgeous. And I wanted to also incorporate some of the rose gold ones that I have. I think it looks good with the chrome. And it definitely tops it off. After applying the stones, I absolutely love the way it came out. I really wish I would have added one more red there. I don't have any nippers right here, so I can't correct it. But anyway, I was going to leave this matte, and I think they will be better if I add a layer of gel. So I am going to just finish it off by applying a little bit more of glue on top of the caviar beads. That way they last. And also I am going to finish it off by applying a layer of gel. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this dotting tool and I'm going to go over the the caviar beads. I'm going to place a little bit of glue right there. And with the dotting tool, I am just going to apply a little bit of glue on top of the caviar beads. That way they stay put. You could also seal the crystals with crystal clear acrylic. I like to do that sometimes, but I think this also works. Okay, now I'm going to do the same exact thing on this nail. And I'm going to wait for it to dry 100% and then I'm going to finish it off with the gel top coat. After it dried completely, I am using the same gel and I am going to apply over the green parts only. And I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds, I'm sorry. And I'm going to go over the caviar beads as well, and in the corners right here, and same for this nail. Okay, now I am going to cure this for 60 seconds under the same LED lamp. After they came out from the LED lamp, I am going to apply a little bit of cuticle oil around the cuticle area. And oh my god guys, these nails are absolutely gorgeous. I love the way they came out. I am so happy with the way the army green complements the other colors. I think it is a lot different than what I do usually with what I said earlier, the burgundies and stuff, so I am really pleased with this nails. I can't wait to show you guys the final product pictures, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. If you guys would like to see anything in particular, please let me know in the comments down below or on my social media. I love you guys and thank you so much again. Mwah.